We're surrounded by AI. It's with us from the moment we wake up till we go to sleep. But behind all that convenience, there's this hidden transaction always taking place. So what's the real cost of AI, and why is your personal data the currency? So let's start with a number, a big one, $650 million. Now, this isn't some company's revenue or a marketing budget. Nope. This is the amount Meta had to pay in a single settlement for a quiet, almost invisible act, collecting facial geometry data from its users without their consent. It's a mind-boggling figure that points to a much bigger, much more personal story.
So that number, it really makes you stop and think, right? It forces us to ask a pretty fundamental question: what is your face, your most unique identifier, actually worth? And maybe more importantly, what happens when it's just taken, analyzed, and stored, and you never even knew about it?
Okay, so first up, let's talk about the most startling cost of all. The very idea that you can be anonymous in public, yeah, that's disappearing fast. The line between who we are in the real world and who we are online is just collapsing.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. Companies like Clearview AI have literally hoovered up billions of our photos to build these incredibly powerful facial recognition systems. They were working under this really dangerous assumption that if something is public online, it's fair game for AI training. But here's the thing. Regulators and courts are now drawing a line in the sand, saying, whoa, hold on. Publicly accessible never meant free for you to train your corporate AI on.
And look, regulators are trying to fight back. As you can see, the penalties are getting bigger, from Clearview AI's face scraping to TikTok getting hit for collecting biometric data under laws like Illinois' BIPA. That's their Biometric Information Privacy Act. But here's the real kicker. These fines are after the fact. The data, it's already been collected. The AI models have already been trained on it.
But this whole privacy thing, it goes way deeper than just your face. AI can now identify you based on something way more subtle, what you could call your digital fingerprint. It's not about what you do online, but how you do it. Every single click, every pause, every little behavioral quirk.
This right here, this is a total game changer in privacy attacks. The old way was like trying to match puzzle pieces. A zip code here, a birth date there. But a profiling attack doesn't need that. It learns the style of your digital life, the rhythm of your browsing, the way you move through an app, and it uses that unique pattern to find you in a sea of supposedly anonymous data. It's like facial recognition for your entire digital life. And get this, these attacks are scarily good. Research shows that even when you throw in a bunch of random junk data, I'm talking a third of the data is just noise to try and confuse the system, these profiling attacks still correctly identify the right person over a quarter of the time from a pool of thousands. Add just a little more data, and that success rate just skyrockets.
So, what's the bottom line here? It's actually pretty simple. The more data points a company collects on you, your location, your browsing habits, what you buy, the less anonymous you become. Every little piece of information just adds another layer to your unique digital profile, making it shockingly easy for an AI to pick you out of what was supposed to be an anonymous crowd.
So you might think the biggest risk is from some hacker trying to break in, right? Well, it turns out a massive threat is also coming from inside the office, often completely by accident. It's a phenomenon people are calling shadow AI.
Here's how it plays out. You've got an employee just trying to be more efficient, and they copy and paste a customer email, or maybe some internal code, into a public AI tool. In that single instant, that sensitive information has left the company's secure network. It's now just sitting on a third-party server, ready to be vacuumed up into a model's training data forever, with no way to get it back.
And I want to be clear, this isn't some what-if scenario. This creates huge legal and security problems, from breaking privacy laws to losing trade secrets. In 2023, employees at Samsung accidentally leaked confidential source code and internal meeting notes this exact way. It forced the company to seriously restrict the use of these generative AI tools. Okay, so this next part is maybe the most profound technical challenge of them all. And it makes every other problem we've talked about so much worse. The issue is this. Once an AI learns something, it is incredibly hard, and sometimes maybe even impossible, to make it forget.
This is really the heart of the problem. Think about a traditional database like a spreadsheet. Your data's in a neat little row. Deleting it is as easy as hitting delete. But in a large language model, your data isn't a row, it's a thread that's been woven into this gigantic, complex web of billions of connections. You can't just pull one thread without messing up the entire tapestry.
This huge challenge has actually created a whole new field of research called machine unlearning. It's basically the cutting edge of AI right now. A race to build a technical solution that can actually enforce our right to be forgotten in an age where these models are designed to remember everything.
So when you put it all together, you combine an almost perfect, unforgettable memory with pervasive, low-cost surveillance, the cost to us as a society becomes dangerously high. This is about more than just data, it's about power. Experts who study authoritarianism are warning that AI surveillance fundamentally changes the mechanics of control. It concentrates power in the hands of a few, creates an enforcement tool that follows orders without question, and makes it way easier to track and chill dissent before it can even start. The result is this slow drift towards a society where human dissent is just quietly and efficiently managed by algorithms.
And that brings us to the ultimate cost. This isn't just about a single data point getting leaked. It's about a permanent, searchable, and always growing record of our lives being built by systems we don't control. And it leaves us with the one question that is going to define the next decade. If AI can't forget, who really owns your story?